It's 1922 and black-shirted fascists, led by Mussolini, march through the streets of Rome. The police step aside. The king doesn't intervene. Suddenly the question isn't if fascism will take power, it's how capitalism rides this rising storm. But what if fascism isn't a rogue wave, but a calculated weapon wielded to protect wealth and privilege? Strap in, because Michael Parenti flips the script on everything you think you know about fascism, capitalism, and revolution. Let's start with fascism, not as a chaotic evil, but as a coldly rational tool. Parenti shows how it serves big business, not just brutal ideology. In 1922 Italy, Mussolini's blackshirts didn't just terrorize leftists, they secured backing from industrialists and landowners who saw his violent tactics as insurance against worker revolts and socialist gains. Fascism wasn't an accident, it was a crashing coalition protecting profits, shielded by state violence. Think of fascism like a shock absorber on a luxury car. When the engine of capitalism overheats with class conflict, fascism kicks in to smooth the ride. It crushes dissent, keeps profits flowing, and prevents the system from boiling over, brutally efficient if morally bankrupt. This flips our typical idea. Fascism isn't a wild aberration but capitalism's ruthless bodyguard. It's a structural feature, not a bug, an integral safeguard for preserving privilege in times of crisis. Suddenly, what seemed fringe feels chillingly central. So if fascism's the bodyguard, what about communism, the challenger? Parenti dives into the hidden and open reasons behind its collapse, smashing the end of history story in the process. Parenti recounts how the Soviet Union's downfall wasn't just because of bureaucratic decay but relentless external pressure, CIA covert operations, arms races, economic sabotage that drained the system. This wasn't a simple collapse, it was a siege by capitalist powers eager to reclaim lost ground. When the free market was unleashed in Eastern Europe, it devastated millions overnight. Factories shuttered, social safety nets vanished, inequality exploded like a bomb. Imagine a peaceful village hit by an economic whirlwind that destroys everything familiar. That's what these societies faced. Despite defeatist headlines, Marxist analysis remains critical. Understanding class struggle and power dynamics isn't nostalgia, it's a tool for decoding today's politics, whether it's corporate greed, environmental destruction, or social movements fighting back. Finally, Parenti brings us into our tangled present, connecting revolutions to ecology and corporate dominance, a collision course few dare to explore. The book shows how today's massive corporations don't just influence elections, they steer policy, silence dissent, and shape culture to protect profits. Think less democracy, more corporate oligarchy, where stock prices trump public will. Revolutions aren't just chaotic uprisings, they're moments when the many reclaim power from entrenched privilege. Parenti argues for seeing these as vital energy surges pushing back against exploitation, not failures or historical anomalies. And here's a bombshell: ecological destruction and global corporate capitalism are linked in a deadly embrace. Saving the planet means challenging the economic system that thrives on endless growth and environmental ruin. This isn't just politics, it's survival. Remember that Blackshirt march in Rome? It wasn't just history's dark page, but a vivid warning. Systems don't collapse randomly, they're defended fiercely and built to survive. Parenti invites you to look beneath headlines, question simple labels, and see the forces shaping our world. So next time you hear buzzwords like fascism or free market, try this: trace who truly gains, who loses, and what that means for your future. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.